Clement Motorsports, car number 59 from Weathersfield, Brian Clement.
Then the 00, the Bristol Basher in the Vesta Acquisitions car, Joe Nojic.
Tibbetts Optical, Batera Chevrolet, feature event winner, Justin Bren, Palmer Mass, car number 66. Going, gone, and the inside lane looks racy, and Bob Surdell is the leader of the pack. It's Sears, the sly old crafty dog, muscles his way to the bottom. Didn't take him long, Matt, to get used to that race car. He proved that last week. And right behind him, the American sleeve bearing, number 4 car, and that, of course, is the Saunders machine, car number 4 for Cliff Saunders.
And Norm Sears will be in that car for the remainder of the season. He is getting the most out of it right now, but we have a yellow and we have a problem in turn 4.
It is car number 28, David Arute, who has a problem. We never see him go around. There must be a mechanical situation as that car
this year.
Yeah, set stranded on the bottom of the racetrack. David is one of those individuals with a camp. If you would like to purchase one of these tickets, if they are available at the main ticket booth area. But please remember, only those with the correct ticket for the seat are allowed to be seated in that location. Matt, here they come off turn number 4. Get ready, it's time to fire them up again.
Cliff Saunders on the outside of Storm and Warren Sear. So let's see what happens as they cannonball second quarter. And Sears is opening up a little bit of an advantage over the combination of Andrew Hayes and Cliff Saunders.
They are wheel to wheel and side by side. Remember, Hayes now, he's looking to, well, maintain his quest for the 2015 title, and that move will put him into second. Austin Bassett, awesome Austin Bassett, up to the podium in the 3rd spot. Then it is Saunders back in position number 4. Paul Arute, now look a little further back in the field. Bren, who started dead last, and David Arute are also starting to show a little muscle now. Trouble now down the back straightaway. Car number 5, Chris Cook. The hood is literally peeled back on that race car.
So he is on the same road. So the night is over for Chris Cook, but it's just getting started for Norm Sears. The 3-time Dare Stock champion is leading by about a surfboard over the 9 of Andrew Hayes. And look at awesome Austin. I think this is the strongest he's been since that night he graduated high school and he was able to win the feature.
Certainly is. He now has worked his way into the 3rd spot. Austin started back in the 9th position. Who's the fastest car on the racetrack? No surprise. Matt just called it. Austin Bassett, 22.262, currently sitting in the 3rd spot. Further back in the field, we see the Bren machine, the David Arute 28, and Jesse Hines, the 24, now starting to pick up the pace just a bit. 5 of the 15 circuits are complete. About the same distance, Matt, separates 1st and 2nd as 2nd and 3rd. Then there's a big gap of about 4 to 5 car lengths between 3rd and the 4th spot.
And the point leader, Dwayne Provost, is currently in 7th. He was a winner a week ago. Things are starting to tighten up as Andrew Hayes, he has a pretty good idea of how to make that car last for 20 laps. And right now he is only trailing by about the length of an axe handle over the 36 of Sear.
While all that's been happening, Sorrell continues to drop further back in the field. David Arute picks up another spot. Jesse Hines does the same, and Bren is just in front of them. 7 of 20 are now into the record books for this, the limited late model feature event, whose contingency partners include DMS Racing Photos, On Time Accounting, and New England Racing Fuel, and Rad Auto Machine.
Paul Arute getting stuck on the outside, enabling both Albert Saunders in the 04 to get underneath him, along with that number 88 of Dwayne Provost. So those 2 guys are on their way up. Things are tightening. Top 3 cars could fit in a ping pong ball. We have Sears in front, but sitting on his lap is Andrew Hayes.
Hayes has been very racy in 2014. Gives a little smooch to the back bumper. No love affair there. They rumble off turn number 4, work their way back to the line, and Bassett is looking for some magic. He takes a peek at the outside. Can't do it. Runs in the tire tracks down the back straightaway. Sears is still the leader, but the heat is on.
Boy, we hope that Sears isn't ticklish, because Andrew Hayes was tickling the back bumper in between turns 3 and 4. Things are a little smoother this time around. Halfway through this 20-lap limited late model feature, one of the best battles on the track is a little deeper for 5th and 6th. That's between Albert Saunders and the point leader, Dwayne Provost.
Down the back straightaway, back to the front of the field, it is still Sears, the man creating the magic, working his way off turn number 4. Down to the stripe, it's still Sears, but for how long? Hayes and also Bissett are all over him. Suddenly, Norm Sears' car literally got sideways as he entered turn number 1.
Let's see if Hayes can take advantage of the tailpipe of that number 36 car. Bissett is on the neighborhood, and Cliff Saunders struggling tonight. Uncharacteristically little 3-wide maneuver. Very slick pass by Dwayne Provost. Saw his opening like a python. He was able to get underneath Albert Saunders.
Provost has been on top of his game. He really wants this title, and deservingly so. He's been running here at Stafford for quite some time. 12 of the 20 circuits are up. Leader still remain Norm Sears. Second is still the Hayes machine, and Bissett is in third. Now, Bissett almost tags the wall off turn number 4, and that gives Provost the opportunity to reel him in. It's a long way from over with yet. The Saunders twins are still at the bottom of the top 5 as well.
The high-pressure area is at the front of the field between Norm Sears and the 9 of Andrew Hayes. They gallop off the corner, and Norm Sears, that car has almost gotten away from him on a couple of occasions. So Andrew Hayes is within striking distance, and here he comes, trying to corkscrew his way underneath the 36 car.
Down the back straightaway, Hayes dives to the bottom. Almost there. They're side by side, closer than most people park. They come off the turn. Brand new leader, Hayes, and Austin Bissett becomes the tail that wags the dog. Meanwhile, Provost, the point contender, makes his magic on the inside. Will he have enough to get around Sears for third?
Well, he has inside position, and he just blurs his way underneath Norm Sears, and doing the same thing as Albert Saunders. So that car has gotten away from Norm Sears. It had led for 13 laps, but now it has fallen back into 6th place.
Well, all that's been happening. All of a sudden, the 4 car of Cliff Saunders now makes its presence known. That moves into the 5th spot, and Sears will go around underneath the Napa Auto Care sign in turn number 2. Caution flag comes out, 16 lapping with 4 circuits remaining in the competition. Want to remind you, race fans, that call before you dig.
We are looking for some information. To get it, let's have this Flamingo Motorsports report.
But the guys up in front, especially Andrew Hayes in car number 9, he's going for the wins. He's not points racing. He told me earlier, if he gets those wins, the points will just add them up themselves as we're ready for the restarts.
And this is a very critical restart between Andrew Hayes and Austin Bissett.
It is not only a critical one. 16 laps up on the board. Cam gives him the green.
Provost, does that come up to speed?
Trouble right there for Provost. He goes from the front pack to the rear pack of cars, and that's going to cost him, because as that happens to him, Andrew Hayes not only is the point leader, but he is the guy in command and looking to expand that point lead as he leads him back to the stripe. 17 circuits up on the board, and car number 04, Albert Saunders, has come from 6th, dropped back to the bottom of 6th, and back up to 2nd, and what a great run for the battle for the 3rd spot. It is the Arute brothers and Austin Bissett.
And David Arute had trouble early, but right now he is in the top of Arute, trying to stampede his way around Austin Bissett. Paul Arute, in a bid to get on the podium, he is in 3rd with 2 laps to go.
Paul Arute does a good job. Bissett tries to squeak back, move to the inside. Battle is for 3rd. Down the back straightaway, it is Austin Bissett. Now starting to stretch it out just a bit. Here comes David Arute to challenge his brother Paul. White flag is out. There's no surrendering in the battle for 3rd.
So Austin Bissett holding on to the number 3 position. Here comes Andrew Hayes. This could be a very lucrative night for him. He has a point lead, but right now he has a race lead. Looking for a 2nd win. He's 1 turn away from getting it.
Turn number 4, Andrew Hayes not only expands his point lead, but he will take down the victory. Albert Saunders, a great run for 2nd. Austin Bissett to finish in 3rd. Paul Arute, a good run to finish in the 4th spot. And David Arute, way of life at your local Napa store.
So the first win for Andrew Hayes since May 23rd. So that was a long time ago, and more importantly, with the 9th place finish of Dwayne Provost, Andrew Hayes will pick up 16 points tonight, and he will take unofficially an 18-point lead in the next Friday night's limited late model feature. So a very profitable night for Andrew Hayes in car number 9. The Untucked Community College sponsored machine. He gets ready to climb out of the car, and he has a lot to say because it was a pretty impressive run. So as he makes his way out of the car, let's go to Napa Victory Lane. And here is our colleague, Connor Sullivan.
Second time this season, Andrew Hayes in Napa Victory Lane, climbing out of car number 9, as this night really paid off for you as you had a great car and you increased your points lead as well.
Yeah, you know, the car was great all day long. We usually do good when the tour's here. I mean, we didn't have to really make any changes, threw a new set of tires on it and sent it out the way it was.
Sure, you have a lot of people to thank for your victory here tonight.
Oh yeah, first off, I gotta thank Call Before You Dig, 811. I gotta thank my dad, my buddy Chris, my mom, my stepdad, Untucked Community College, Toll Protection Security Systems, On Point Connect. Bob, he's a great big help. You know, everyone who helps out in the car and puts a penny in or some time, it's highly appreciated.
All right, that's a story for our winner tonight and your points leader in the limited late models, Andrew Hayes, as we'll bring in our second place runner, Albert Saunders. As you told me earlier coming into the nights that you wanted to work on improving how your race was going, and boy, did you.
Yeah, the way the race started out, I didn't think I was that good of a finish. I kept getting boxed in on the outside and finally got clear, got up to 5th, then got up to 4th, and had that restart there, and looked like the third place car didn't get going, so I was able to get down in front of him, got around us, and that was a really good race for me. I'm not sure how this goes for the 8-11 challenge. I know I was pretty close to it, and a good run is definitely going to help towards that. We'll have to see how that goes at the end of the night. I got to thank American Sleeve Bearing, Rob Davis, Johnson Memorial Medical Center, Rad Auto Machine, Fluckager Race Chassis, BA Museo, my mom, the whole team, everybody that helped me out.
All right, that's a story from our second place runner, Albert Saunders. By the way, we will have the results of the 811 challenge a little bit later in the night. Bring in our third place runner, Austin Bassett. You made a pretty impressive run to the front yourself.
Yeah, the car was great. We put 2 new rears on it, and it was hooked up perfect. I was just hanging around Hayes and Sears for a bit just to wait for the next caution so I could start on the inside. But we passed Sears, and then the caution ended up happening, and then I restarted second and made my way back to 3rd, and I'm glad we're in the top 3 again this week. I'd like to thank Brick and More, Mainline Heating, Casey's Cafe, my mom, my dad, my brother's friends, my girlfriend Sam, 811 Call Before You Dig for all they did, and yeah, it was a good night.
All right, that's the story for limited late model division, as we'll send it back up to the tower. SK Lights coming out next.